What did you write in your notes? What?
I draw them.
Give us the
Yeah, he
punchline.
sketches it, which is amazing. It's like a comic.
Oh,
But there's a sketch of this dragon with something flying out, and above it says "Silver Dragon throws dwarfs at tower."
Amazing.
All right.
It's great imagery.
Yeah, you need to share it sometime with us. It's.
All right.
Yeah, you should. You do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe my friend will join us soon. It depends. He like went to the gym. He used to like go to that gym, but he's just visiting. So he hopes he doesn't have like a subscription right now. He hopes that they just like let him in. So yeah.
Most gym in Canada, you can do a drop in. You just pay for it.
Yeah, maybe that works out for him. If not, he will come back.
Okay, awesome. We'll be okay with that. So are we good to go, Keenan?
Yep, I'm good to go. I'm running the intro real quick.
Okay.
Can you guys hear my chewing really loudly?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll turn
Well,
you up to the maximum.
You should have said something.
We're polite. And
Sounds good.
Yeah. It sounds good. Sounds tasty.
Today's lunch is brought to you by the letter T for Tostito.
You can toggle mute really easily on Discord if you go to the settings.
Where?
This goes to everybody.
I had like a huge burger to lunch, and now I can't eat anything, and it will like I will get hungry in an hour or so. So yeah. So in an hour, do the crunching and.
I had like a really nice steak. We ordered some steaks online.
Yeah.
And
I won't be able to concentrate, and you can do whatever you want in the campaign.
okay. Yeah, my recording is live now.
Okay, cool. So just for the sake of Brian, everybody else are traumatized, and the experience is probably kind of etched into them. So you guys were in Waterdeep, and you investigated the corpse of a mangled Triton when Galen had this vision. I think it was Galen and someone, was it Eileen? Right. So the coffin in which the mangled Triton was encased kind of exploded in radiant light, and you both had a vision of people throwing their young ones from a cliff into the dark waves, where some shadowy figure was lurking in a very disturbing vision. You then got an invitation from Lord Elter Chul himself. He invited you to a dinner at his house, at his mansion, which you declined because you saw, after the coffin exploded, several runes that pointed you to an island near Ruathim, an island called the Three Hags, and some sort of a Triton outpost was supposed to be there, related to the Vost Mirage. This is a name that you've heard Zunis say, Elin. You believe that Zunis had something to do with this Vost Mirage. Maybe it's a sect, and you kind of connected the dots and realized that there are sects of Tritons operating here in the Sword Coast. You have met you have met Dion and Veban. Dion was the leader of the first Navy SEAL Triton group that you've met in the warehouse where the facehuggers were, and later you have met Veban, who is yet another Triton Navy SEAL leader. You've met him in the Stone Giant Temple. So you've decided to go to the Three Hags, and you've rented a boat. You've started your journey there, and suddenly, out of thin air, this huge floating tower materialized. This was a very strange tower. It had this pointed magician's hat with stars and everything on top of it, and inside you've met this absent-minded cloud giant named Zephyros. And he was all over the place. He was babbling and about all kinds of magicians from different dimensions. You didn't have any idea what he was talking about. And while you were discussing with him and trying to learn what he is all about, a dragon kind of descended upon the tower and unleashed from his claws two squads of dwarfs wearing armor much like Iron Man armor. So they kind of landed and started attacking the tower. They were after the navigation orb the giant was using to navigate his floating tower. You tried to stop them, but they transformed into this mega dwarf thingy. And yeah, the battle there was kind of strange. But eventually you managed to drive them out of the tower, but they managed to sabotage the navigation orb. And so Zephyros Tower is currently stranded in midair. The giant was oblivious to all of that.
He was making tea.
Yeah, he was making tea. He never saw any of the dwarfs. He doesn't know what you're talking about. All he knows is that his tower is stranded and strange people are talking about dragons and dwarfs attacking him. He has no idea what you're talking about.
So to add to that a little bit, I think his plan was to like observe absorb some sort of like life force of the world or something like that, if I remember correctly.
What? Can you repeat that?
Final Fantasy VII, anyone?
No.
No, he was.
Nope.
He was meeting with what was it, Brayston and Mordenkainen.
Yeah, he was talking about
Yeah.
meeting.
And
The name
and
is
yeah,
wrong.
Mordenkainen, and he was sure he was a Greyhawk.
Yeah, he was sure.
Yeah,
his,
yeah. Travels through
I
dimensions and
remember.
stuff.
I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, he dropped some
No,
famous names.
The name Zephyros comes from Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So after the dwarves kind of transformed back into dwarf and you threw them out of the tower, they were probably collected by that same silver dragon that threw them into the tower. The giant went to bed and you kind of explored his tower and you have found this area where 4 griffons nest. It's on top of his tower, and you had all kinds of ideas about where to head next. We said that the 3 hags are something like 1 day of flight from the tower, and Waterdeep is probably more. The boat that took you up to this point, when they woke up and saw the tower, they simply kind of rode back like madmen and vanished.
How long did we sail, by the way, before we got here from Neverwinter?
I think it was 2 days, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm pretty sure it was actually the first night on the
Oh,
boat.
yeah, probably.
But, yeah.
Maybe.
Whatever.
Alright,
You
so
can
not,
change it to 2
not
days
long.
or 3 days, doesn't matter.
All right. Also, the orb is broken, and the giant told us that he needed to put a very smart air elemental inside it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
you,
yeah.
For
yeah,
all the
you've,
calculations.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
You've asked him how do you repair the glass, the navigation orb, and he said that he needs an air elemental trapped inside, but the air elemental has to be really good at math. So
And a lot of glass, right? Really,
yeah,
glass.
a lot of glass, exactly. And so we begin.
Alright.
Yeah. So what?
Before we get, can I assume that Fillory, Semyon, and Orn are back in Waterdeep or on the boat?
They are back in Waterdeep. Yes.
Okay. That's unfortunate. Who's gonna carry my bags?
Yeah.
All right.
I think they're on the boat.
Yeah, they're on the boat. They're going back to Waterdeep. Your bags.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, I guess I
Yeah,
don't have to carry them.
the 10 extra bags, not the one you don't know what
Right.
it implies. Just the 10
Yeah.
extra bags where you know
Not the one with your health potions
the
on it.
extra wigs, you know, everything you need.
Extra wigs.
My makeup.
Yeah.
What happened to all the money We had 1,800 gold pieces.
We split that.
Split that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how
And
much
then we
each?
spend it all.
Was it 6 of us?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember
So
how much.
300.
Yeah, 300 each.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we spent it right before leaving Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got 19 AC now, boy.
Nice. Cool.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
get it.
I spent
Fine.
most of what I had on spell scrolls and the ship that I overpaid.
Did I overpay? All right. Fair enough.
Yeah,
I
we're
don't
like,
know how to
hey,
handle money."
10 gold per day. Here, have 100.
Oh yeah.
You know, nobles.
Well,
well,
I was
you've got
asking for the
infinite money.
luxury cruise, right? I thought you got some girls and stuff. That's what you mentioned.
Sleeping in the captain's chambers. I get it. I get it.
By the way, Joe, is there like a library in this tower?
Yes, and you've noticed that Zephyros, before going to bed, was actually kind of strolling through his library, and he took a book to his bed chamber. Now, if you remember, the tower is kind of divided into two. So the first floor is like a kitchen and like a guest room. The second floor is like 100 feet up. And there is only one hole in the ceiling through which the cloud giant basically tried to levitate. There's no ladder or staircase or nothing, and he just retired there. You can hear him snore.
But
You
we
know,
have a
we-
rope up there, so we can climb up and down.
Yeah, I think
we
I
have
think you had
Yeah,
something.
since they tossed me up there.
The library
so
is
the tower like can't move at all, right?
no, it's stuck in midair.
All right. Let's see if we can. We gotta talk to these eagles. Maybe we can convince them.
The
Somebody do
Griffons?
an animal.
These are
handling.
Griffons, yes.
Oh, Griffons. Right?
Yeah.
But
I'm-
wait. I want to see if there are any interesting books there before.
So yeah,
Before we leave, we need to like thoroughly ransack the tower.
Exactly.
Of course.
He's
There's
sleeping.
no question about it. Oh, is sleeping?
Spell
Shit.
scrolls,
Yeah,
books.
sleeping.
Yeah.
So-
I think I'd be in the library.
so above the stove, he have like 7 books that are the mightiest and most powerful books ever written by the realm's most talented cooks.
Fuck.
Amazing collection. It's like from all around the multiverse, right? It's got like chefs from New York. I don't know. It's amazing, an amazing collection, and there are 4 books that are standing in a row that are marked with locations from the Forgotten Realms. So the Sword Coast is there. You have the Bitter North. You have Chalt marked, and you can see that there are 3 books missing out of a series of 5. The first 2 are marked with the strange title of Greek mythology. And there are volume 1 and 2 present, and you can see that there are 3 missing from the shelf. He probably took that upstairs.
Are
Okay.
these storm giant sized books?
Cloud giant.
Or whatever. Are they cloud giant sized
Yeah,
books?
yeah. These are like
Oh god, so we can't even carry them.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
We can
big
carry
as
maybe
us.
one.
I think there's like if there are cooking books, I think there's one that's like really small. It's called like How to Cook the Perfect Steak, and it's just like 1 page, which says just don't overcook it, you idiot.
Salt and pepper, and that's it.
yeah.
Yeah. I take that one.
Okay.
He was gonna
Yeah.
notice
You've
that.
got it. You've got it.
I am not interested in cookbooks, so to the library.
Yeah.
So this is the library. You suspect
Oh.
that he took some of the more interesting books with him to his bedchamber to kind of research before he goes to bed, and now he is snoring like.
So there's
we-
nothing else of interest in this library?
Not that you can see. There are obviously ink and like a jar, a barrel of ink and feathers and writing utensils. You think he took maybe the most interesting books to his own bedchamber. Bedchamber.
Too bad we don't have a thief.
You have a bard.
All right, Bard.
So you can wake him up.
Maybe
I
we
can
can
try
charm
sing
him
him a
into
lullaby.
giving us,
Yeah.
Any statues to
Alright.
climb around
giving
here?
us all the books.
I'm not too bad at stealth. Not too good at it, but not too bad.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you want to climb up?
Yeah, we should climb up.
Okay. So first,
Before he goes, can
Yeah.
we buff him? Like,
Yeah,
does
sure.
anybody have
I give him guidance.
guidance? There we go.
I'll
can
shake his
make
hand
him
and
like-
say good luck.
I can make him like really big if he wants. But
No.
no. Okay.
That won't help.
Okay. So
Okay, so I'll try to sneak inside and see where the books are.
okay. So you first make a climb check as you kind of hold yourself like 100 feet up.
I can help him climbing though, right?
No,
Just like
I got a pretty good climb, I think. Climb is athletics or is it acrobatics?
Athletics.
Athletics.
Alright, so I got 16.
Okay, so you make the climb as this huge giant kind of snores and rattles the rope that you are hanging on, but eventually you make it to the top floor, and there you can see the remains of the navigation orb. It's still broken, its charred hemisphere is kind of cracked like an egg, but it's still floating in midair. And this is like in front of a huge bed that you can see Zephyros is lying sprawled on it, like passed out. And there are 4 books that are scattered all around him. And there
On
are...
the bed?
What? On the bed, yes.
They're on the bed?
Mhm.
Okay.
And you can also see this small rock that is floating above his head, and it's glowing. It's like a reading lamp or something like that above him. And there's a small desk, small for a giant, right? It's like huge, and you can't see what's on top of it. But it also had this glowing rock floating above it.
Okay.
Other than that, you don't see anything of interest.
Let's see.
Hags, 3 of them.
From where I am right now, am I able to see the titles of the books?
Yes.
Alright, what are the titles?
So those 3 books are Greek Mythology, Volume 3, 4, and 5. And you can see that the first book is talking about religion in ancient Greece. The second book is Notes on Western Civilization, and the last book is about mythological creatures. And it seems that this book is on his chest, opened on a specific page, but you can't see the page on which it's open.
Target acquired.
Okay.
You really think it's opened on the Griffon page? Really? I know.
Okay. Trying to see if I can have any spell that could help me if he wakes up.
You're
Alright.
about sing him a lullaby.
I can do that, or I can cast silence on myself.
Well, there you go. But its silence is not mobile. It doesn't
It's
stay
not
with
mobile?
you. No, you pick a spot.
Okay.
And if you silence him, he might notice, like, even
I see.
sleeping, you notice it when everything goes dead silent, right?
Mm. Okay, so I'm going to cast silence on the area that would enable me to climb on the bed
Okay.
at the feet of the bed,
Okay.
feet of the giant
Mhm.
part of the bed. I'll cast silence over pretty much in that area. Is it possible to make that 20? Well, yeah, it's a 20-foot radius. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's like a ball.
Okay.
This way. And then I'm going to try to climb the bed.
Make a climb check and a stealth check with an advantage because you're doing it like in total silence.
All right, climb check. I got a number 16.
Okay.
Stealth check. I got a 15 plus. All right, I got a 20 stealth check.
Okay. So you kind of wander through the sheets and the blankets and the pillows that are like tall buildings to you as you wander this world of Zephyros' bed, the plane of Zephyros' bed. So you manage to avoid his toes, and he's scratching himself, and he kind of rattles as he snores, and you can make it up to his chest or torso if you choose to. But when
Yeah.
Okay, great. So from this vantage point, you kind of walk between his elbow and his body, and you kind of peek, and you can spot the page that he's or was reading. You might need to kind of push the pages a little bit just to see exactly what's written there, if you choose to. So
Is he sleeping heavily?
he's snoring and kind of talking to himself.
Just a second. So, would 10-pound press be able to move these pages a bit? If I cast Mage Hand from afar?
Yeah, so you're not trying to push the book away. You're just trying to kind of level the sheets so you can read more of them. So yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll cast Mage Hand and try to do it from a distance.
From
a bit
afar.
of a distance.
Okay, so the pages are written in glyphs that you haven't seen before. Any spell or something that can help you with that?
No, not really.
Okay.
Don't have any. I can.
So in this case, all you can spot is this drawing, and it's not very clear, but it's kind of a wood carving style, black and white drawing. You can see three very, very old women. They are blind, and their mouth is kind of devoid of teeth, and they seem to be passing one eye and one tooth from among them. So one of them is trying to look at something, so she's about to take the eye, and one of them is about to eat this dead thing, and she's trying to get the tooth.
Okay. I memorized this image, and if I can't memorize at least some of the runes, is there? Can I try to make up is there a few runes that make out the title?
Yep, you can. Okay.
I try to memorize at least these so that I could write them later on a paper.
Okay.
And after that, I step away. I start walking back.
Okay, very good. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so I climb back down and join the rest of the guys. He's still snoring?
Oh yeah.
Excellent. Okay, I walk over. One of you guys have comprehend languages, right?
Nope.
Not me.
No, none of you.
We all speak the same language, so what's the problem?
That's
I don't
not
have it
something I would
prepared,
be
so I
concerned
can
with.
cast it as a ritual, right?
Yeah.
If it's a ritual, yeah.
Alright,
Do
so
you have it?
I'm gonna write it on a paper, on a piece of parchment. I'm gonna write
The title.
the runes that I found, and also try to sketch the picture that I saw.
Okay.
I don't need to have it prepared, right? To cast it as a ritual?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to use it as a ritual then. I'm preparing and taking 10 minutes, I guess, to set up.
Okay.
I get out all my
Great.
books, I guess.
So you cast the spell. It takes you a while, but you kind of focus on the runes that the bard has laid out for you. And after casting the ritual, the words kind of make sense suddenly. The title says the Grey Sisters, and then the Grey Sisters' names. One of them is Dano, the other one is Ennio, and the last one is Pemfredo.
Spell that, please.
Maybe I can write it down. No. So Dano is Deino. Ennio is Enyo. And Pemfredo is Pemphredo.
Okay.
Okay.
Good job, Emiliano. Especially on the last one.
I'm good at taking notes.
Do any of these names sound familiar to any one of us? Like a history or arcana check or religion check? Can we try to see if it helps?
Sure.
Well, I have really high stats in all of those.
You can make checks if you want. Let the highest make a check and.
Here's the history check.
Okay.
18.
So, not really. These names don't sound very familiar, but the multiverse has many places, and in its places you have many creatures and people. So, who knows?
Okay.
Yeah, I relay all the information that I got from the book to the group.
Okay, great.
All right.
These must be the three hags.
That's
Kind of
kind
makes sense.
That's kind of rude to call them hags. Really? Like old ladies. Come on.
Right.
Don't you have any
The-
manners?
Yes, the wise old ladies. The three ladies.
Everybody look at Eileen like,
I'm not one of the old ladies, you weirdos.
I didn't think that at all, of course, my lady.
Okay.
Well, so maybe we have something at least when we get to the three hags island.
It's three islands, right? Each
Yes, it's
Mhm.
Each of them is a hag.
yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah, but how do we get there? We can't actually move this tower, and I don't think I'm a good enough swimmer to swim for like a couple days.
We can
Unless
try
we
the
can
Griffin.
get,
How
unless we
big
can
is
get
the
an
tower?
elemental, then the Griffons.
So you do have
on.
4 griffins in an area.
How big is the tower?
It's a 3-story tower, and it's fit for a giant. So each floor is 100 feet.
So it's 300 feet high.
Yep.
And
it's
how
not
big
really-
diameter?
Oh, it's something like, I don't know, 60 feet diameter. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe 30 feet
And-
radius.
Is it somewhat neutrally buoyant? Like if like
It's like
when,
it's
is
like
it just floating? Is it kind of like up and down?
no, it's like rock solid on
Okay.
a surface made of clouds. So
Okay.
it doesn't look like it's solid, but when you kind of step on it, it is.
I was wondering if the Griffins might be able to pull it.
Maybe.
But if it's heavy, they won't be able to pull it.
Well, with enough time.
3 weeks
It
later,
might-
you've moved a
it-
foot.
Yeah, it might also be, magic. So it's
But I think it's probably magical.
yes.
I think that nail on the head there.
No, I doubt that.
I'm smart.
So, anybody got any experience with Griffins?
No.
Nope.
Horses,
I don't have any experience.
No.
oxes, and farm.
Oh,
It's sort of
perfect.
the same thing, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
you do it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, is it safe to assume that the ship that we got here didn't make it all the way back to the shore?
You don't know.
It hasn't been that long.
What shore? You mean Waterdeep?
Waterdeep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, how many days away is that?
No, you didn't sleep or
Couple.
something like that. So only a couple of hours passed. So they are probably like I don't know, a third of the way. If we assume that it's a day's sail.
We should go get them. Fillory and Orn and Semyon are there.
Yeah, but how do you want to get to the ship? Well,
I'll
on the
take a
Griffon.
Griffin.
Yeah,
I'll take a
sure.
Griffin over there and I'll get them to come back.
Hmm.
And we can all just go on a boat.
I don't know if they'll like after being boarded by a giant tower, they'll be.
Whatever. We'll tell them that there's no threat.
We'll tell
I'll-
them to
I'll-
kill them.
They'll listen to me. I'm a noble.
Right.
I have another 100 gold for them.
Oh, that's right. We have money.
I'll climb up to the Griffins and see if there's like any food stored for them nearby.
So yeah, you
Yeah, I'm
can
gonna
see that
follow
the area is kind of tidy. There's a lot of straw. They do have straps like on hung on hooks in the area, and you can see packs of food there. Also, there is a animal handling kit. So a whip, some lashes,
Oh, don't do that. That's so mean.
No,
leashes, not lashes, leashes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Oh, even the whip.
Hmm.
You just use it
Yeah,
for
I'll-
noise. You don't actually hit them with it.
Hey, I've seen Indiana Jones. You hit yourself with that thing.
Yeah, when you
Hey,
get
so you
I'm
get
experienced.
scarred.
I'm experienced at this thing. Clearly.
Okay, you do it.
Yes.
I'm gonna stand back and watch.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've got popcorn.
I give you guidance.
Hmm.
How long?
I'll take some food and like go over to like, hey there, good boy, nice, quiet, good boy, and like offer it some food. Yes.
Awesome. Make an animal handling check, which is probably a wisdom check.
Yeah.
So
So it's a 10.
a 10.
That's good, right?
So this creature looks at you suspiciously, but since you are carrying food, he'll let you hang around with him.
Yeah, so I'll feed him some, make sure not to get any fingers in the way. I assume it's meat they're eating.
No, it's actually dried fruit.
Oh. Oh,
Didn't expect
nice of
that.
them.
Yeah.
Oops.
They're
And then
vegan.
I'll, yeah, and then I'll pet it a bit and like, oh yeah, see, they're friendly.
He turns and takes a bite out of you.
No,
Are they leaving them alone?
Yeah, they kind of click and look at him and expect more food.
Sweet.
They
Okay.
seem comfortable around you, so
I'm gonna try as well then and grab some dried vegan, local organic
okay.
fruit and
From
bring
a
it over.
different plane.
Won't somebody think of the poor plants? Come on.
That's right.
Or plans.
Yeah. So
They've got feelings too.
so with some quiet words and some food, they seem to be looking at you with interest, and they take your food and they seem happy and peaceful.
So you said there's harnesses nearby, right?
Yes.
Mm.
Is it like a saddle or more
Yeah.
like a?
Saddaluma.
No, a saddle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't really put saddles on things much. That's Orn. But
Okay,
I've watched
as
them
as
do
soon
it
as you
a
start,
couple of
as soon as you start saying that, Galen goes over and start picking them up for him.
I can do it. I've watched Orn do it several times.
Oh, no.
Makes you an expert.
I've done it a few times. I can do it. Not, I don't. Maybe the wings, like sort of here. I'll figure it out.
I'll try and help as much as humanly possible.
Okay,
without
so
getting in the way.
each
No, but
each
so that's-
each
you
one
go
of
there,
you.
You're doing it wrong. Yeah, that's
No.
wrong. No, that's wrong. Just standing back,
I don't
No,
work
like-
for the city.
like nobles do.
You're not supposed to plug that in there. So
Wrong hole.
each one of you tries to saddle one of the griffins. I need you to make an animal handling check. Just tell me the number.
Oh, I'm not.
Oh no.
I got him.
13.
Oh no.
What about
Oh,
you,
no.
Alan?
Okay, so
Quarren got a 15.
Quarian with a 13,
15.
15. Okay,
13 for me.
Galen.
So I go up to one of the griffins. I just sit on its back and I tell it to go. and
and put the saddle on yourself.
yeah, yeah, right.
What'd you
Like
roll?
a backpack or something. I rolled a 1.
Okay, 1. Anyone
I
else?
got a 14.
A 14 for
I
Elin.
was helping Galen. Does he get advantage?
No. 14 for
I-
Elin. Okay,
Mm.
great. Who is sharing? We have 6.
I rolled a 3, so I'm not very good
Who-
at that. So I should
Oh, I-
probably share with
Wait
someone.
a minute. Wait.
Oh,
a minute.
I
You
rolled a 2,
expect
by
us
the
to
way, not a
sh-
1.
Oh,
Just-
jeez.
So who's
You
sharing?
expect us to share?
Yeah, if you want, like,
Oh, I don't usually share.
There's only 4.
yeah, there's only 4 Griffins and 6
Alright,
riders.
Galen?
Mhm.
Galen?
I don't. Yeah. Yes.
I
Who's the
trust trust that you won't steal from me.
Steal? No, of course not. I like look really shocked. Like steal? Like, why would
Okay.
someone do that?
So Galen and
Also,
Andrist.
I'm not wearing heavy armor, so that
Neither am
might.
I. Yeah.
Who else is sharing?
I'll share.
I'm definitely like flying 1. Like, it's
Mhm.
okay
No,
if
I think
someone
we
Not
joins
should
me.
me.
be on the
And
same one.
it's okay if
The-
someone
Both of
joins
these
me.
balls,
I
and
should
I
have
think-
I should have asked the sharing stuff before the rolls, right? So
Yeah.
no, that's fine.
I'm not
Whoever-
sharing anyways.
Whoever the lightest is needs to go with Forgar.
I'm probably light. I mean, half an
I
elf.
guess I'm-
is it?
Okay, so
I'm not.
I'm
Quarian and
Be light as
Forgar.
well.
Okay, that's fine. Forgar and Quarian. Okay,
I'm
so
with the,
yep.
I'm with what is he? With Varian probably.
Oh no,
Boy,
you're
get
so
down from there.
Awesome.
Now why we have
So you're gonna ride on the back of a griffin with like the 18-year-old rich kid with a two-handed sword.
You rolled a 2.
Yeah, that's like getting on the back of his motorbike.
But
Yeah.
No,
But we-
I'm
Gonna-
telling him to get down from the Griffin.
so
I'm
we
gonna
do
drive it.
we do have
Mom's talking.
we do have
I've-
Mom's talking.
we
Well,
have
I've sat in like wagons and stuff. I've seen people like drive horses. Like I know how this works. Didn't look very hard.
Okay, so we have Varian on a Griffin, Elin on a Griffin, and Galen and Andres they share, and Quarian and Forgar share. So we're good. Okay, so just for the fun of it, Quarian, you'll be red 1, Galen, you'll be red 2, Varian, you'll be red 3, and Elin, you are red 4.
Okay.
Okay. So, as you all settle in, the Griffin give you some comfort. The area is kind of open to the scenery of a black sea, some white-gray clouds, and this moon that is shedding its silvery light everywhere. The scenery is amazing. And then the Griffins seem to know better than you what they're doing. They simply hop over the ledge and into the air you go.
Oh, before we go, I'm gonna write a note to Samian,
Okay.
telling them to. Where were we headed? Where were we sailing to before we got stopped?
Okay.
An archipelago called the Three Hags.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to the Three Hags. So I'm gonna say, tell the captain to sail to the Three Hags if they want to get paid.
Okay.
That's the whole note.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we paid up front.
did
but
not.
How do you get?
Yeah,
100 gold up front.
How do you get the
Oh, you
note to
son
him?
of a-
An
No bargaining
exorbitant
either,
sum.
just like here you
I've
go.
got a plan for that.
You got-
Okay, then I'll say if shit.
If they want to double their investment.
Yeah, for another 50 gold. I'll say.
Okay. How do you get the note to him?
Well, my plan is to fly over the boat and drop
Okay.
the note.
Okay, great.
Nah, just put in a bottle and it'll eventually get there.
Oh, eventually, inevitably, go straight to the ship.
So,
If you throw it high enough, it will sink the ship too.
and Enderist kind of takes the lead. So everyone on Red 2's tail. So you
Well,
kind of
Galen's flying. I'm co-pilot.
okay.
yeah,
Yo,
but
I'm
you're-
flying
you're,
mine.
you're clearly the captain. I'm just, the pilot.
No. This is your ship. I don't want to be. It's a griffin, man. It's gonna
You're,
break my
you're,
face
you're,
off.
you're clearly the one in charge. I'm just a lonely crew member.
So you guys are
Take us to the
banking.
ship.
You guys are banking, leaving the floating tower just behind you, and kind of make a U-turn back to track the small ship that you have left behind. You kind of stare back and see this huge tower stranded in mid-air. The Black Sea is beneath you, the black sky above you, the moon is hanging there in the air. It's like surreal. And the cold air kind of whooshes all over you, and you kind of tear a little bit. But it's like a very exciting experience. I need you all to make perception checks.
Sweet. 9.
9.
Well, 19.
I got an 8.
So I rolled a 1.
Oh my god,
Wow,
again?
dude.
Just so
No,
fun flying
it's
with
a
Griffons.
it's a modified one.
It's my hair in your face.
He's riding, back. He's sitting
I
like,
got a 20.
yeah.
I
I
think
got
it's
an
not
18.
just me that's drunk. I think my character is like a little bit drunk as well. So
Aline got a very high score, and who else?
I got an 18.
An 18 and
19.
19.
Galen.
So
90 again.
Quarian, Galen, and Aline, you all spot Enderist's small ship. The problem is that you also spot. So I'll just in comparison. Okay, so if this is not Galen's, this is Enderist's ship. This is the ship that is kind of wedged just next to it. Okay, it's like a monumental ship made totally of ice, and you can see the two kind of exchange blows. So
No.
this icy ship is bombarding the smaller ship with balls of ice that shoot from cannons, operated by frost giants, captained by this immense frost giant, big beard, huge blue helmet, one eye with a cross on it, and he's kind of shouting commands. Andres, you can see your people kind of, and they kind of row, try to save their lives.
So did we seriously try and cross from Waterdeep to the Moonshays in a rowboat? This is kind of the feeling I'm getting here. Did you pay 100 gold for a rowboat?
It was a luxury cruise. I think we even got horse, right? I think that's
They
what you
offered
told us
food.
actually.
They
There was a
very
buffet.
Yeah.
As you
We
kind
were in a
of
hurry.
bank, you want to drop this note now, Andres?
No, I want to rescue them now.
Okay.
No,
So
those are my people. Like, I'm responsible for their lives. So let's go get them.
okay.
But isn't it only the kobold that the captain? I forgot his name.
The captain. Ooh.
I forgot I'm pretty sure the kobold's name was Perot.
Um,
Dijon.
Perot.
Hercule. Yeah. Hercule
Yeah,
was his like his first mate. I don't. Tejan maybe was the
Yeah.
captain.
That's what I got in my notes.
Yeah.
Dijon.
Yeah.
What are
Yeah.
your people doing on this ship, though? What?
My people,
They follow
Fillory
them
and
everywhere.
Simeon and Orn, they follow me everywhere, man.
Mhm.
They take my bags, they arrange
So,
for our rooms,
as
their
you
sage advice. Like, seriously, we wouldn't be here without them. Remember, Fillory brought us the invitation.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
and this is like in play as the frost giant ship kind of shoots at your friends. This is like the intonation and the voice he's using to describe what's going on. Anyway, the biggest problem as you bank and about to kind of throw the bottle, one of the frost giants spots you, and he points up and shouts something. Then you can see a ruckus. The frost giants, they are in a hurry to open the bowels of the ship. Like it has this hatch spread all over it, and they have like metal chains, and they start to unlock it.
All right.
Scan-
They're
drop
distracted, right?
drop the
They're not
bombs.
manning cannons.
Yes.
Good boy. Evasive maneuvers.
They're not manning the cannons. Is that right?
Correct.
They're manning the new cannons.
Yeah.
Points
So we
up.
should be able to. We should be able to fly down, buzz the ship, get the Griffons can like claw onto my people, and then we can GTFO.
Great.
right.
Initiative.
That sound good?
Not
Sound good?
doing-
Yeah, sound good.
I'm actually not doing that since I rolled really badly on my animal handling, so
Ellen!
You're a
I'm
liability.
taking a big, yeah, I'm taking a very big detour and hope that I don't get shot.
I need you to all to make initiative rolls.
Okay.
And let's see.
Just the pilots or
Everyone.
everybody?
Okay, I rolled a
What?
17.
Keenan, are
I
you,
0.
I got a 21.
What did you say?
are you controlling the Griffin? Because you're fighting me for the Griffin then.
You're both sitting side by
one.
side.
Oh, you know what? No, I give you
There-
the Griffin. I'm gonna throw some
there-
spells.
There are 4
Okay,
Griffins.
okay.
Come on, there are 4 Griffins, so we don't need to all double up.
Yeah.
So Eileen and Marion, I think you both have 1
Oh yeah.
each.
I was with the wind, wasn't I? Right?
No, I think you were the Korean.
Oh,
Okay. I
Alright.
don't know.
that's
Yeah,
perfect.
everyone.
I was with you, perfect.
We are red one.
I am a liability.
Yeah, me too. I'm not entering
No, no,
like
no, no,
what
no,
I
no,
think
you're not
is
a
the range of
liability.
these cannons.
You're
Yeah, my
you're-
3
No, no,
was
no.
super awesome.
You are a really good cannonball. Just fly over the top of it, drop you like from really high up, and then.
Yeah, remember the plan. It's drop the stack of moldy peaches down this exhaust pipe and it'll explode.
Okay, so Quarian
was
with a
that the
21,
plan?
Varian with a 17. How did the rest do?
Galen 13.
Galen 13.
Ellen,
Andrew's
19.
13 as well.
Okay. And who else is a 13?
Andrest.
Ellen, 19.
Andrest. Who is with 19?
Ellen.
Ellen.
Oh, Ellen is 19, not 12. So, oh, not 13. Sorry.
hmm
Ellen.
I rolled a 1.
Forga with a 1. Okay. So,
You know, a quick question. I'm riding along with Forgar on one of the Griffins.
yep.
Do I get the feeling that the Griffin is having a hard time carrying both of us?
No. You think he's good?
Alright.
Damn, I don't have my eraser.
No, I sneezed the lightning on him when I got up, and now he doesn't like me.
That's just the afterburner when you need a lot of speed.
That's
like,
right.
Just on the tail.
Okay.
Point backwards.
So let's see.
Griffin Nos.
Okay, the frosty guys. Mhm. Okay, we are ready. Two and this one with a okay. Quarian, you get to react first. The giants, you can see that they are still pulling the chains. They are not firing their cannons right now. And you are riding on red one, so it's only fitting that you will take the lead. What do you do?
Do I see what the chains that they're pulling are opening?
Yes, they are opening a huge hatch that is on top of their deck, their icy ship deck.
The big guns.
Is there something
White
over there?
Dragon.
Do I already see what's open?
It's
or
kind of
is
it
still covered?
starts to open like tick, 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 but you can't
Okay,
see it
so-
yet.
Alright, so I'm going to try to dive to the ship and see if I can find it to like grab one or two of the people that are over there with the Griffin,
Mhm.
to grab with the feet and then go back up and fly away from there.
Great. Make another animal handling check.
So, Fillory, Semyon, and Orn. That's all you need to worry about.
I don't think it's going to help them. I don't think knowing their names is going to help them right now.
You know what they look like.
But
got
like,
a five.
cool. Like he had
There's 4 people on the boat.
yeah, he had a nice mustache and a little glass on one eye and everything.
I'm
Wow.
just saying it won't help them because I got a 5.
Okay. So you kind of bank down. You kind of push the rudder down. And you try to maneuver fast enough to grab them, but then you kind of realize that if the Griffin will grab them at this speed, it will probably behead them along the way. So you kind of pull the reins and take off again. But they get what you're trying to do, so they kind of evacuate the deck and kind of stand on top of each other, trying to grab you as you go. So that was basically your move. Do you want to try something?
How far am I from the people from the ice ship?
So it's not very far. You kind of can see the great wall of ice that is their ship from your vantage point. It's like something like 60 or 80 feet. You're not sure. So was basically your half of your movement and a grapple check, and if you've succeeded the maneuver, you can still fly. You can still fly up, down, land, whatever you want to do.
I think I'll fly up and prepare for another one of these maneuvers.
Okay, great. Eileen. So you can see Red One kind of bank and fail to grapple one of the people on the ship, be it Tejan, Hercule, or Andrist Entourage.
All right, so I'm gonna cast fog cloud between the small ship and the big ship.
Awesome. Great,
Cool.
great.
That's a 20-foot radius sphere.
Yeah.
And it's not concentration. Oh yeah, it is concentration for up to an hour.
Great. So when you do that, smoke or fog kind of billows at the side of the ship, and you can hear the giants curse. One of them shouts something. Urpa Kira!
As I do that, sorry.
I have a giant, by the way. What does they say?
Unleash
So do I.
Frost Needle.
Dang it.
It's a dragon.
What?
What am I get? Oh,
What did they say?
Unleash
Frost Needle.
Frost Needle.
Anybody know what frost needle is?
It's either
It's
like
a
a giant
dragon.
shotgun,
Dragon?
a giant
It's a
shotgun, or a
dragon.
dragon.
A shotgun.
As I'm flying, like and casting it, can I see the mechanisms of the
Yeah.
the opening?
Yeah, so this is a very simple mechanism of pulleys. They are basically pulling metal chains that open this hatch, but the hatch door is made of ice. So
I wish I could do something to stop that from opening. I yell like, try to stop that from opening or something like that.
okay, great. Varian, what do you do?
I think I stay very far back with my 2 on animal handling, and maybe can I try to get my griffin under control by rolling
Just
another?
kamikaze, dude.
So basically your griffin is under control, but you have a feeling that you're doing it wrong. So something is off. Maybe the harness is not fitting correctly. Maybe your hands are not in the right position. So something is off, but you don't really know what. Maybe it will be a surprise later on. But
Okay. I'm spending my round staying out of the range of whatever frost needle is, and trying to like get a better grip on the griffin.
okay, so make another animal handling check.
Okay, that's a 13.
Okay, so you spend your time realizing that something is off, so you kind of correct the harness and say, oh, that was bad. Oh, and I'm not even my seatbelt isn't in place, etc. So you
Oh, this goes into its mouth, not the eye of the griffin. Oh, that's it.
exactly.
It's
And
not a
that-
blindfold.
yeah, so you make
Like I have a funny off topic story when it comes to seat belts. So my father just bought an old timer from the 60s, right?
Mhm.
And since it's you don't need a seat belt in there, right? Because it's it's
Yeah.
from the 60s. They
it's
don't
old.
require you to they don't, and it's so fucking weird sitting in there without a seat belt. And if you sit in the back row, it's like a super soft sofa and no seat belts. It's I
Yeah,
don't know. It's
yeah.
a different world from a
They-
recent car.
They were living the
fun in the
life. Yeah, they had fun in the 60s. Yeah, exactly. So, Varian, you kind of click everything in place, and suddenly flight control is back, and you feel in place. But then the one of the doors kind of flips open, and from behind one of the doors you can see two claws kind of reach out, and a long white neck of a dragon. Its blue eyes roar, and you can see that the giants are holding it under a leash, a metal leash, and they're trying to unleash it, like release it. So two of them are spending time trying to unbuckle the crazed dragon. Other two are kind of pointing their cannons at you and start shooting. So, first cannon shoots, and they kind of... so basically what happens is it shoots, and the recoil kind of slams one of the giants in the face. The cannon kind of flips back and hits him on his forehead. So two giants are fighting over that. That was a natural one. The other cannonball kind of flies toward you, and it is pretty accurate. So we have red 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we have a D4 here. So red 1 is taking a blast.
Okay.
Holy crap! Yes. Okay, this might hurt. Now, as you see the boulder, this ice bolt kind of approach you, you can choose. You can choose to take the hit, or you can maneuver the griffin so it will absorb most of the impact. What do you choose?
I think I'll take the hit.
Okay.
Ooh, that was awfully nice of you.
Otherwise,
the
He
Griffin-
crashes,
the Griffin
I'm
dies.
going down with him.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
still
So
can't fly.
Swim to the ship.
you kind of maneuver the griffin, and the boulder slams right into the two of you, Forgar and Quarian. So you both take 14 points of damage from the flying boulder, and you manage to maneuver it. So you think you avoided some of the damage, but
Some of it.
yeah,
Oh god.
yeah.
By the way, I have a nondescript spell scroll that Ido gave me at some point, and where I could like choose what spell it is, and I think I've just decided that it's going to be a Featherfall spell.
Good idea. Good idea.
No?
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Great. So you guys.
Can I interfere just for a minute?
Sure.
The guys who are trying to unchain the dragon, can I try to interfere with them with the Bardic Inspiration? So like gives them or is it like an effort that they're doing, or is
Yeah.
it just...
No,
So I'm going to
they're
use my Bardic Inspiration to try to interfere with them. Whatever checks they're making, they're going to take -5 to their...
okay. So you need to do it on your turn, or how does it work? Is it a bonus? A
no, it's
reaction?
a reaction to something that they're doing.
Oh, okay, awesome, great. So -5.
Mm-hmm.
Great, noted. So you think that next round they'll try to do it again? Maybe they'll fail. Galen, your turn.
Yes.
So you are riding with Anderist on red 2. What do you do?
Yeah, we both
Yeah, and we both act at the same time.
Right, correct. But you still have an
just
action
looking
if
at
you.
something here.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on behind me?
So I don't know if I should, but I'm getting another drink.
So
Bring
Galen.
one for the rest of us also.
Yeah, I want one.
Yes. These chains that are holding like the hatch that was opening.
Yep.
How sturdy do these seem?
Pretty sturdy, but these aren't like mega chains. They're simple chains that giants use to open and close the hatch. Nothing.
I'm going to try to steer the griffin to like hit the edge of the hatch to hopefully break like
Ooh.
where the link or the chain is linked to
Okay.
it, so
So-
the hatch
Wait.
smashes down on top of the dragon.
When I see him angle towards that, can I use that dust of disappearance as like a bonus action? Because I really just have to sprinkle it in the air.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
So me, the griffin, and Galen are invisible.
Oh my God.
Cool.
What happened to the range? No!
Just keep going. Just keep going. And I'm gonna cast a spell when we get over that dragon.
Okay,
And
so
I assume it's another animal handling.
make an animal handling check. This is quite simple because you.
Well, yep, 20.
Oh, awesome!
Oh.
20, so 22.
Oh,
You have a pet
so
griffin now.
Man.
Congratulations.
So yeah,
so
Yeah.
now
Like,
you
doing
get
it blind, not being able to see what you're doing helps clearly.
Yeah, no kidding. You're not thinking as much about it.
Yeah.
so I needed to make
the readings. Oh, the readings are good.
I needed
That's
to
right.
make
Just use the force.
2 attack rolls with a +6 to hit as the griffin kind of tried to claw the chain as you kind of buzz through.
You turn off your targeting
Ooh,
computer. Is something wrong?
It's a 25 and a 24.
Okay, amazing.
Nice.
Please roll 4d6 and add 8 to the result. This is the damage you're
Wow.
doing to the chains.
Stay on target.
Yeah.
Oh,
16.
ouch.
16 points of damage. So you guys see Galen kind of banking and maneuvering his griffin
No, I
with
don't.
Enderist kind of. Oh, right.
Nope.
You see nothing.
No, they don't.
Nothing. Oh, let me do it this way. You can see him kind of angle and then he vanishes.
Disappears.
And then you can see bits of metal kind of burst from one of the chains. Amazing.
But I would like to be making like a noise, like if you know this.
A TIE fighter.
Stukas. No. The Stukas from the dive bombers from Second World War that the Germans were using. That sounded almost like a sound air alarm as it was going down. Like, what is the most fearful thing like for the Allies?
Okay.
But
Done.
you're making those sound effects,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
I am.
Doing.
Everybody's making their own individual sound effects.
So when, as soon as we're over top of the dragon, I'm gonna cast Cause Fear on the dragon.
Do it, Andres. It's your turn anyway. So.
Nice.
Done. He
And
has.
he should get disadvantage for on his fear check for my awful sound noises.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
right.
Yeah.
So he has to make a Wisdom saving throw DC 13, or it is
Okay.
becomes frightened for a minute.
So okay. So you cast your spell and you think that the spell actually got hold of it. It kind of go into this crazed frenzy. One of the giants kind of flies as the dragon slaps him, but the dragon doesn't know exactly what is he afraid of. He's afraid
That's
of
right.
nothing, which is.
Well, we did sort of attack the heads. I'm not sure.
Oh
if
right.
that-
So
that
he,
not-
So
That
it's
would- that
afraid
would make us
of me.
miserable.
okay.
He's afraid of me, but he can't see me, so he's just afraid.
No, I think he now can see you because you attacked. So.
Well,
you
at
can-
least the
Oh yeah, I don't know how to
attack.
test.
Yeah. So
Griffin attack,
amazing.
so-
So the dragon is afraid, which is afraid of Enderist, which is actually awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, this was a great
So we
maneuver.
know it's not going after us. That's good.
Yeah, Forgar,
When it gets free.
you
Not if,
are
when.
co-piloting
Yeah,
Red
so-
One.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So yeah, it can say me, but not the Griffin and not Galen. So it just sees me like sitting astride nothing.
Nothing. Nope.
Some Wonder Woman it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Forgar, what are you doing?
So I'd see that they're trying to somehow close the dragon back in there, right?
Yes, yes.
I have a javelin.
Oh,
I'm co-piloting, so I can't fly.
so it's
So I
like
think that
you're
I would-
flying the A-wing, right? You're like this
Yeah,
backseat guy with the harpoon.
yeah, that's
Okay.
exactly it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna follow his lead, and I'm gonna try and throw it at the chain that they attacked.
Yeah, do that.
And that is a 21.
Oh my god. So
Nice.
the harpoon kind of flies and wedges itself between two chain links. So the frost giant that is operating them kind of and the chain kind of slides from his hand. Make your damage check or roll.
That is an 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Okay, the chain looks like it's about to snap. Two of its links are kind of like semi-open. So
Right on.
yeah, you're doing it.
Cool.
Quarian, we are back to you. Unless Forga wants to do anything else.
I don't think so.
Okay, so
That's
that was
what I got going on.
that was a great
Okay.
shot. Red one.
What What's the status? How many giants are still holding chains?
So
If-
there are only 2 giants holding chains. One of them has flown, so they are at a disadvantage as it is. And the dragon is kind of in a frenzy. But there are 2 more giants operating a cannon, and 2 more giants that are about to stop beating each other and grab another cannon. So this is what you see right now, and there is the ship behind this fog smoke screen. With your friends on it.
And so the dragon's trying to escape me, right? Like he's trying to run away
Yeah,
or fly away.
yeah.
So he's gonna fight. I
gonna
really
go
want him
back
to
in.
fight the giants. Well, no, his best
like
bet is to
curl
fly
back
away,
up.
right?
Mhm.
His best
I
escape is
guess.
to fly.
Yeah.
If he can.
If you can. So Aquarium.
Okay. All right. So, are the cannons made of metal or are they made of ice?
Ice.
So that won't help.
Fire spell might weaken them.
You could,
Yeah, I don't have any fire spells.
Oh, well,
got
that's
some.
not good.
Damn, I need
Yeah.
a fireball.
What I can do is I can try to make them leave the chain.
Ooh.
I'm gonna cast heat metal on the chain that they're trying to
Oh, nice
to
idea.
hold.
Oh,
Awesome.
Good idea.
It's gonna hurt everybody, man. Awesome.
Okay.
and it
So
might break faster.
Oh well, and the door is made of ice, right? So it
Ice,
might melt off of
yeah.
the door.
yeah, that's actually the
Slide
right
back down.
spell in the
I
right.
like
Yeah. So you concentrate, and suddenly those chains begin to glow. And indeed, one of the links is kind of bends even further, and you can see that the chains, when they are hooked to the ice plates, they kind of melt their way out. So the whole construct is kind of about to collapse as it is. Yeah, this is amazing. How many points of damage are you doing? With the
Does 2d8 damage to anyone who's holding them,
okay, roll
and
roll 4
and,
times.
4 times.
Yeah, 4 giants.
Hi, buddy.
Right.
Aline,
Okay,
and
so-
this time, I need you to make another perception check. As you can see, all your friends kind of fighting and moving, and you kind of stay above and think a little bit.
I'm on
19.
that same dragon.
Okay, and I want Varian to do the same, because you both are kind of...
Okay, so it's 11, 10, 12, and 6.
11, 10, 12...
It's a 3 for me.
Okay,
Good God.
okay. So the giants curse, and at this point, yep, the chain breaks, snaps, and those 2 plates, the hatch door made of ice, kind of collapse on the head of the dragon and breaks just enough, parts of it are kind of wedged inside the hatch, so they basically trap the dragon inside. The captain of the ship is furious, and he's shouting. You can see saliva is bursting from his lips as he's shouting commands. You can see the 4 giants that were holding the chains, they kind of left it, and you can see, Quarian, the burns on their hands. They're sensitive to heat, so they actually took more damage. And they take great axes and they jump on the hatch. They try to hack it to pieces to release the dragon.
Perfect.
Okay.
Have you guys ever wanted to see what happens when a terrified white dragon gets trapped?
Oh.
Right,
Quarian,
so I'm gonna use if I still have a move, I'm going to try to move the griffin to save somebody. Is it something
yeah,
I
you,
can still?
yeah, you still have your move action. So yes.
Okay. So I'll try to do that. I'll try to go down and grab somebody and
Okay.
fly off.
So first, Forgar, if you have a belly button, you can feel this tickling as Quarian is kind of maneuvers down again. Make another animal handling check.
All right, I got a better one. It's a 12 now.
With a 12, you can get to do a grappling check, but not you are doing it. The Griffin is doing it.
Okay.
So I need to make a grapple check modified by +6.
Ooh, all right, it's a 25.
Okay, with a 25, and this creature is large, so it can actually carry 2 of them. You get to make a choice, be it Hercule and Tejon, or 2 of Andrasta's entourage.
I'll go with two of Andraste's entourage.
Okay.
Thank you.
Andraste, who are these? Semyon and.
Semyon, Fillory, and Orn.
So you got Semyon and Orn.
No.
And you can hear Hercule kind of squeaks, "What?" Okay, so that was Quarian. Eileen, your perception check noted the direction of the frost giant. It is not chasing the boat that Andraste's friends were on. It is bound to the three hags.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so we're gonna have to fight these guys eventually.
But it's very slow. Like it doesn't have any sails. It's probably propelled by magic or something like that, and it is very, very slow.
Okay.
And it's your turn.
Yeah. Do I see any frost giants that are particularly hurt?
Yes, those who are there are four of them hacking the debris that remains from the hatch door. These look pretty hurt because they were scorched by Quarian's fire, and the other four are at the cannons, not very hurt.
All right, I'm going to cast chromatic orb as I fly by. With fire type,
Okay.
and I'm gonna use my Wrath of the Storm thingy-majigger so I can do the maximum damage.
Okay. And you do it on which frost giants? Which group? The cannon operators or the hatch breakers?
The the one who's gonna die, who's looking the easiest to die.
The hatch breakers. Okay.
Yeah.
What do I need to
Alright,
roll?
so let's see if I can hit. Oh, shit, that's 11.
11 against the frost
But
giants.
do you have advantage because of the height? Like shooting down at them? They're distracted?
I don't think so.
Boo.
Yeah. No. No, that's not enough to hit any of the giants. So, your orb kind of flies away,
Alright.
skidding
Then-
the sides of the ship, sizzling on the
I'll,
bow.
Yeah, as I miss, I curse and I fly down to the small ship to pick up
Okay,
the rest of the crew.
an animal handling check.
Alright, this is where I fuck up. 13, never mind.
Okay, and a grapple check, which is modified by it's simply a d20 plus 6.
Okay. Eight.
An 8. Okay, so an 8, you manage to grab. You decide. It is you have Fillory, right? Tejon
Mhm.
and Hercule. Who do you want to pick up?
Can I pick up two or one?
2.
Alright, I'll pick up Fillory and the Kobold.
Okay, so Fillory, she kind of like going wide eyes as you kind of approach, but she give herself up and she grabs one of the talons. Hercule is very easy to pick up, so the Griffin kind of manage to get them both up, and then he flips twice, and then Hercule falls.
Oh crap, Hercule. Can I try to grab him?
Splap. Nope, he's down on the water. So you have kobold in the water.
Yeah,
Goblin, kobold, I don't remember. We'll check later.
yeah, there's a Kobold.
Okay, so Hercule is down. Tejon is kind of what?
Whatever.
Yeah.
A captain always goes down with the ship. You know?
That's right, exactly.
Isn't he like throwing him like a lifeline or something?
Nope.
Nope.
Crappy captain.
Yeah. Varian, what are you doing?
Okay, so feeling a bit more confident about my Griffin riding skills, I dive down to attack the hatch breaking crew with burning hands.
Oh,
So it's a 15-foot cone.
Nice.
yeah.
Well done.
So I don't know how many I can.
Yeah, you can catch probably 2 of them.
And they have to roll a dexterity saving throw against 14 is the safe DC.
So the first failed, the second actually succeeded. With a -1 because they're very slow.
That's 3d8. So the first one takes 12 damage and the second one takes 6. Unless they take more damage from fire.
No, that's fine. I'm
They do.
tracking that. So yeah, they kind of shout and curse and try to wave you from their way, like a man will wave a fly away. But you manage to maneuver and get out of sight.
Was it
you
3D8 or
scorch-
3D6?
Really
No,
sick.
it's 3d6. And I want to add that the fire ignites any flammable object in the area that isn't being worn or carried.
Yeah.
Oh, you would have got the dragon too.
Yeah, the dragon is
Right.
below
Dragon's
the hatch.
Oh, the
so-
dragon is stuck in the doors,
Yeah, yeah.
freaking out.
Yeah, I might have hit the hatch maybe.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you can see some
That's
ice
right,
melting.
yeah.
And you definitely made like this yeah, like the torpedo that goes to the hatch of the Death Star, like you burn a row of fire. Do you want to make a move and try to rescue Tejan or the kobold or not?
So if I fail, do I like kill them or something?
It
Does
depends.
Like
it
squish them with their claws.
yeah, that might happen.
Do that.
Okay, I have a -1, but let's go for it. So,
Captain always goes down with the ship.
so I guess I kill them or something. I rolled a 1.
Okay, so
Oh my god.
So with the one, you try to maneuver to grab one of them, but the griffin is kind of smarter, and he looks at you and says, "What?" And because he kind of looked away, you both smack into the spot of the ship, the frost giant ship, and you kind of like
Okay.
disintegrate on the floor, on the icy floor. You both take that's 12 points of damage from the crash, and you kind of get separated from the griffin. He tries to kind of
Crap.
yeah, and you notice at this point, because it's the giant's turn, that 2 of them are kind of with big smiles they approach you,
No.
and when they do, you can actually see that like these are like towering beings that you are like a mosquito on like it's yeah, their axes are like as big as houses, and they simply 2 of them try to hack you into
So
pieces.
there goes my second character.
Oh no. I really like this guy.
Yeah.
I have shield though. Maybe I can. I don't have mage armor up,
Do they-
but I
Do
do
they
have
go
shield.
before? Do they go before me and Galen?
Yeah,
they
yeah,
do.
they do.
Yeah, it's their turn now.
Hmm.
Yeah, they do.
It.
So
And I was going to rescue the kobold, of course. Like
the first
the important characters need to get rescued here.
the first the first
I think we
swing of the axe is a natural 3, which
I
translates.
cast shield.
Wait, it
There's a
translates.
natural 3,
It
I cast shield anyways.
Screaming, right?
it translates to a 12 overall.
See, that would have hit me if I
Holy
didn't cast
shit.
shield. So.
Okay.
Rolls a 3, gets a 12.
So that was the first attack. The second attack is a 25 to hit.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
God.
does hit me through my shield.
Okay, so damage-wise, this great axe lands
He's
on top of you, and it's oh
18.
wait, it's the
I have
wrong
18 HP.
it's the wrong die. I'm using my D12s now, man. Okay, I should not gloat. I'm all in your favor. That's 5,
D12, it's not just one, it's like 3
Yes.
of them at least.
14 plus 12. This is a total of 26 points of damage
Okay, I'm down.
from
Just
this.
unconscious though, right?
Yeah, just unconscious.
And as you
Whoa.
fall, the two giants kind of turn into toward each other, and they kind of clap.
They high five each
They
other.
high five each other. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was such a hard thing for them to do. Yeah, let's high five that.
Murder.
You stepped on an ant. Good job.
Okay.
This is actually
Dang.
quite a good ending for Varian. I mean, it was kind
Yeah.
of a...
Like, want him to end or what?
So
No, but he doesn't have a lot of wisdom. He's like...
It wasn't appropriate.
so these were two of the giants. The other two are aiming their cannon again. Fire it, but with a whopping 2, it kind of flies. The bolt flies to the air, and they kind of look at each other and start to fight all over again. And the hatch breakers, they still have the -5 that you gave them. But they actually... Okay, that's 2 successes. Okay, so they still try to hack the hatch away. Alright, they didn't do it this round. They might succeed next one. So you basically see them work very hard to break all the ice. And they kind of do it halfway. So next round they'll probably break all the ice. And now it's Galen's turn.
Morton, before we go, can I ask some questions?
Sure.
What's the dragon doing?
The dragon is beneath all the wreckage, and it's kind of raging and roaring, and you can see that there's a chain that is holding him in place. So until the ice is kind of removed, they can't unlock its chain and release it.
And will the dragon being further afraid like make things worse on them? Like, is it going to make it more difficult for the giants and buy us time?
So a frightened
Like-
creature tries to move as far away.
Away from me.
Yes.
So if we get closer to it, what's going to
Exactly,
happen?
exactly.
Yeah. So so there's the 2 giants, and then there is Varian.
Mhm.
Where's his griffin in regards to that?
So they kind of got separated. So let's say, I don't know, 30 feet between.
But
the
there's
two of
no
them.
giants between
No,
him and the
no,
griffin?
no.
Okay, can I, and you can take it or leave it, Galen, you're the driver. I'm going to tap you on the shoulder and ask you to buzz the Varian. I have a plan. And don't forget, you're still invisible.
What
You
do
and
you
the
do?
Griffin are still invisible.
So the dust is not dispersed after an attack?
It is on me, but not on them.
Oh, cool.
And it lasts for 6 minutes.
Ooh,
So
amazing.
Yes. These cannons they're using, they're like ballistas or.
Oh no,
what?
this is a cannon.
Okay, yeah. But how big and heavy do they look?
The cannons, they're
Yeah.
huge.
too
Yeah.
big for a griffin.
Huge, but like huge.
A
for, like,
griffin might
big-
be able to pick that up with a considerable strength check. Yeah, it won't be easy, but
You might get an attack of opportunity from 2 giants.
No, I won't.
No, they've already went.
Yeah, but that's a reaction to attack of opportunities. But they won't do that.
Yeah, that's true, but
I have means to avoid that.
no
Okay.
worries. Do
Yes.
it. Do it. This will work out for both of
but,
us.
But should I pick up Variant instead? Like,
No. Just buzz it. Buzz it. Go for the cannon.
okay, yeah, I'm heading towards one of those
okay.
cannons.
I like
trying to pick it up.
Varian, so I'm gonna try and save him.
Okay, so you kind of maneuver and fly toward the cannon. What do you want to do with it? You want to operate it? You want to point
Just,
it?
no, just like if it can't, just pick it up and drop it like out in the water.
Oh yeah, you can
Like-
do that definitely. Make a.
As he flies over Varian, I'm gonna slide off the back.
Oh, awesome, great. So,
So, yeah, I'm maneuvering around that way.
great. Varian, I need you to make a strength check for the Griffin. It's a D20 plus 6.
Yeah, and
I
I assume
suppose-
not Varian, but me.
Not Varian, sorry, Galen.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, nice.
Marion could do it if he preferred. 16.
A 16, the Griffin kind of lands on the cannon, grabs it, and flips hard with its wing and manages to lift the cannon above the surface of the ship.
And the good news is because I'm not there anymore, he's completely invisible
Oh,
doing that.
okay. So the cannon is invisible too.
Well, no.
Well, I suppose so.
I-
Once you pick it up, yeah, it'll become invisible, right?
Yeah, I don't
At least
know.
until you drop
It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to move it far, just like off the side of the ship and then drop it.
Okay, onto Tejan's ship. No, I'm
Nice.
joking.
Maybe, sort of. Like, if it's in the way, then
Down he goes, the captain.
not on the cobalt. No, not
No,
on the cobalt.
not
Not
on the
anywhere near the
cobalt.
cobalt.
Yeah,
We need to save that. We need to save your cool.
cobbled in the water. Boom!
Yes.
Like a giant cannon.
Oh, and if I also can, I would like to move to try and pick him up.
Okay, so
If I have.
yeah, the cannon
I
is
already-
in the water, and now you can make your the second half of your movement to try and pick up the kobold. Make an animal handling check, just to
Do
make
I
sure.
get advantage because I critted it earlier?
No,
Okay, so 6.
a 6.
That's
So
good, right?
you try to maneuver the Griffon, but the Griffon is averse to water, so he kind of flaps a little bit in the water and kind of makes her cool even sink further, and then he takes off to avoid contact with the water. So not this round.
Don't worry, Hercule. Hang in there. I'll get you next time. I won't let you die.
Okay, so
You or your
Underist,
mustache.
the giants are furious. They've noticed they've lost the cannon. The dragon is not out yet, and there are still griffins in the air. The captain is like losing it.
Can I go?
Yeah,
So I would have been landed right close to that dragon.
correct.
So I'm assuming he's freaking out,
If
causing
he's,
chaos.
yeah, if he sees you, then yes.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, so
And the giants see me.
yes, they do. The evacuation crew does see you, and they also feel the rattling of the chain. The dragon is kind of about to lose it. So on its next turn, which is after you, he will probably try to break the chain.
Sure. Fair
Okay.
enough. So I'm gonna grab Varian and start dragging him towards the Griffin.
Okay, great. Varian is down, and you drag it toward the Griffin. So you basically make it to the Griffin. If you want, you can still try and harness him or whatever. You
Yeah.
want to
Well, I mean, if I I think I need to ready an action for when they come close. So if
Right.
I can get him over the saddle, great. But either way, I need to readying my necrotic shroud is
Okay.
my
do. Okay,
most important thing.
great. Forgar, what do you do?
Is there like giants heading towards them on the deck right
Yes,
now?
yes, you can definitely see the captain is kind of pointing and shouting. So two of the giants who were operating the cannon, they are still there. Two of the crew that was evacuating the debris, they are coming closer to Enderist and Varian. They
Alright,
also
well,
seem
we-
very kind of anxious because of the dragons kind of is beating the hatchway. So
I'm gonna throw another javelin, but I'm gonna cast Ensnaring Strike.
okay,
It just says a weapon attack. It doesn't say specifics, so
yeah,
we're gonna try that. Whichever one's closest to him.
okay.
No. No.
Oh, no.
That's an 8.
Okay, so it flies. One of the giants kind of slaps it away. As it approaches you. Okay, anything else you want to do?
If I could, I'd want to try and somehow help secure those who we picked up and are flying underneath.
Okay,
in some
yeah,
ways that we
that's-
could.
Yeah, so you kind of bend over and hold hands and tighten their grip. So you do that, no problem at all.
Right
Oh.
on.
Quirion, you're up.
Okay. So I think right now. So we have again, we have 4 giants over there, right? 2 of them are trying to are getting close to Anderest,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yep.
And
very-
and the other 2.
Are still operating the cannon, the one that is left.
Okay. And they have no metal on them, right?
No.
They're carrying axes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are ice made of
Ice
ice.
axes? I wasn't sure.
I'm pretty sure they are.
Yes,
Alright.
they are.
I don't know if these are, but
No, these are like they have no. It's like a patchwork armor, but it doesn't contain any metal, and the axes are ice.
Okay. I'm going to try something funny. Let's see if it works.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Phantasmal Force on one of the 2 who are manning the cannon.
Mm-hmm.
And there's illusion in his head that the other guy just punched him.
Okay. Yeah. Why not?
Okay. Let's make it interesting. I don't know if I can make the other guy like punch him. I can make somebody on him punch him. Like, so like a creature that's reasonable to be around there. That would be a Pesk.
Pesk. Okay.
I don't know, like a small, I don't know, frost demon or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Why
Frost imp or whatever.
not? Oh yeah.
I wanted to make, yeah, it would attack him and it would be like on the other giant. It would attack him from the other giant.
Okay. Sure. So, I'm guessing a saving throw is due,
Yeah,
right?
it's tell you in a minute. An intelligence saving throw against
Against what?
14.
Okay, so you can see one of the giants tell his friend, "Don't move," and then
Don't move. It's on you.
Excellent.
yeah. So the cannon crew is kind of
Occupied.
occupied. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Don't move.
Yeah.
Alright. That
Awesome.
Dip is going to keep running around that giant and keep escaping him and keep attacking him.
Great. Eileen, what do you want to do?
I have a question. If I have 2 spells that require a bonus action, can I use my action to cast one of them?
Oof.
So use my bonus action to cast one, and then use my action to cast the other.
you can spend like an action as a bonus action.
Okay.
But there is one thing about casting spells. If you cast a spell as a bonus action, the one you cast as a standard action can only be a cantrip. I normally just ignore that rule, but that is the
Yeah.
rule. You can only cast 1 higher level spell in a round.
Okay.
I ignore it normally.
Well, are we ignoring this rule or are we using it?
I wasn't aware of this rule or to ignoring it, so I think that yeah we can ignore it. It's fine.
All right.
If
Well,
it's
then
yeah.
I'm going to try my chromatic orb again
Okay.
on one of the giants. If one of them is hurt, then the one that's most hurt. One of the giants that's coming towards
Okay.
the guy that's on the boat.
Yep.
All right, come on. 15.
A 15 hits square in the chest.
All right, I'm gonna pump it up with my destructive wrath, and it does. It's a fire type, and it's gonna do 24 damage.
Okay.
Cool.
So this giant got scorched. He shouts and shrieks and turns around to look who hurt him so much. Okay.
And
Awesome.
as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on. It's a bonus action Healing Word, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna cast Healing Word on.
On
Varian.
Forgar. On Varian. Okay, great. So Varian, you're
Hey.
probably up.
So that's
How much?
hold on a second. Level 1. Healing Word. 5.
Okay,
Okay.
great. So you're up.
Excellent.
Yeah, amazing.
You wake up and Andrew is dragging you across the ice.
Yeah.
Your
Like
face just like.
And you take 6 damage from the jagged rock.
Over the jagged
Okay.
ice.
you leave your entrails like as he pushes you. Okay, so that was Eileen. Varian, actually, it's your turn. What do you do?
Nice.
Okay, so I'm still in the claws of the Griffin, right?
So you got separated from the Griffin, and Enderist managed to kind of lay you on top of it, and now you see two frost giants approach you and Enderist.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm on the back of my
Yeah.
own Griffin again.
Yep.
You know what? I'm just gonna attack the two frost giants running or moving in our direction
Okay.
with burning hands.
Another
that's
burning.
another dexterity save.
Yeah, sure. This time it's a 14. Wait. Yeah, 14 minus 1.
Okay, so yeah, my save DC is 14.
Okay. So they made it, I assume?
So that's 10 damage if they didn't make it, and half of that if they
Okay.
made it.
So they are scorched again. They are. One of them is kind of telling the other, Droofy. And she, you realize it's a she, says, it's getting hot here. And the other one says, yes, and boring. And then they kind
Are
of.
these guys made of ice?
No.
Are they like dripping?
No. But you can see that their flesh is blue, their eyes are like cold blue, white hair. So, and only Aquarian, if he understands giants, kind of understand what's going, the back and forth between the two of them.
Okay.
And they are not in attacking range at this point, are they?
It depends what is attacking rate. So like
I mean, if
20
I move-
feet. Yeah, you can.
If
You
I
can.
move away from them, they don't get attacks of opportunity.
No, not yet.
Okay, in that case, I try to instruct my Griffin to leave the boat.
Okay.
You mother.
With Andrew is standing right next to you.
Oh wait, is he standing? I thought he was.
Yeah.
on the
No,
Griffin.
I'm not on the Griffin.
Okay, in that case, I'm
And I
not
take
leaving.
off. Thanks. Thank you. Andrew. See you.
Oh, I thought he flew by and dropped me on.
He
my
has a
Griffin.
concussion.
He jumped at the ship to save you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, in that case, I'm staying.
Okay.
Although that would have been really funny.
Yeah.
Wakes up. Oh, I'm back on my Griffin. All right, let's go.
Fire. Run away.
I blow up our getaway car.
Okay, so two things happen now. The crew that is trying to break the like blocks of ice managed to evacuate most of them, but then the dragon kind of burst out of it, raging and roaring. And when it spots you, Underest, it kind of pulls the chain to like as strong as it can to the other side. And with its mighty force, you know what? I'll let you, Underest, roll a d20, modify it by,
This could be real bad. I'm
modify
not
it
traditionally good at these things.
by 8.
8?
Yeah.
Oh, I take it back. Where's my camera?
No.
See it?
I see a.
It's a 19.
It's a 19.
27.
Okay. So with a 27, the dragon burst out of the ship, and you can see that it is a big white dragon. You have never seen such a like tremendous and almost majestic creature. You have no idea how the frost giant managed to kind of subdue it, and with its powerful wings, it manages to tilt the boat. Like this huge Titanic ship, and all the giants kind of lose their grip. And I need you all, Underist and Varian, to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh no.
15.
Okay.
7.
So you get
You're
an
on the Griffin,
advantage.
though, right?
Yeah, you get make it with an advantage because he has 4 feet.
Okay, that's what was an advantage.
Yeah, let's call
Okay,
it
that's
that.
still 7.
Still 7. So Underist, how much you rolled?
15.
So with a 15, you kind of nimbly manage to find your way, and then you can see the Griffin kind of skiddles on the ice, looking really embarrassed, and Varian on top of it, like slides with it. in a
towards the giants.
Yes, yes. So
Oh god.
so
All my efforts.
now you had a trigger. So one of the giants. Let's see if they made it. That was. So actually, two of them. They both kind of fell to their knees, and they try to regain their balance. They're both kind of prone. So they will try to stand up on their turn. Wow. So they are looking at each other and lifting their axes to throw at you. Do you want to do
throw?
something? Yeah.
Are they within 10 feet?
Less.
Oh, so
They have
yeah, so
they have reach of 10 feet. So they themselves are 20 feet, something like that.
Ah, shit. So yeah, my trigger was to use my necrotic shroud, but they have to be within 10 feet. So can I, with that trigger, can I just like slide towards them?
Yeah, sure.
And I just let go.
Yeah.
So I'm behind the griffin. My plan was to slide that way anyways, because I figured the griffin's probably just going to jump into the air and fly.
Okay.
So I want to slide by them, and as I slide towards them, I'm going to activate my necrotic shroud. So two things happen. One, my eyes turn into deep pools of blackness, and so anybody that can see it could see that, and like the veins around my eyes turn all black. And then two black skeletal wings sprout out from behind me as I slide towards them, and they have to make charisma saving throws. DC 13.
Oh.
Charisma.
So one succeeded, one failed.
Okay, the one that succeeded is fine. The one that failed is frightened until my turn.
Okay, what happened to the one that succeeded? Sorry.
Nothing. He's fine.
Oh, fine. Okay. So the
Yeah,
frightened one
but
kind
the
of.
other one is frightened.
Okay, so that was your action. You still have your movement.
Well, I mean, trying to
wasn't
get
his
past
turn.
them. Yeah,
What?
it wasn't my turn.
Oh.
That was my readied action from last.
Oh,
round.
right. Sorry. Okay, so the one that is fine hurls his.
I'm going to try to interrupt him with the Bardic Inspiration, so he gets -4.
A -4 to his
Might
attack.
help.
Oh my
Might
god.
help.
What just happened? Okay, so. Oh, okay, so this huge icy axe flies, and Andrist, you kind of like Matrix, you like break your back, and you can see the axe kind of pass just above your head. He
Wow.
rolled, he actually rolled pretty high. No, it wasn't pretty high. It was an 11 modified to 16, and then -5. So 4, 5,
-4.
-4. So that was a 12. Does it hit
Yeah,
you?
misses me, but just.
Okay.
Thank you, mage armor.
Yeah.
The frightened one can actually still attack, just with disadvantage.
Okay.
And I'm sorry for making that.
It's like an awkward silence. Everybody come. Damn. No, he's busy being frightened on the floor, and
Yeah.
also he rolled a 2 on the die. So.
And he can't move. He can't move closer to me either. So.
Okay, so these were the giants, the dragon who tilted the boat. The captain starts shouting more commands, and the giants kind of steer themselves into action.
All these giants are fired.
Quarian, you hear something about explosive kegs.
Explosive kegs?
Yes,
Oh, great.
Me too.
it's like like the Klingon, the equivalent of a Klingon self-destruct or something like that. So
Okay, I scream to you guys to get the hell out of the ship, and okay, I want to try to delay this. The captain is like screaming the commands, right?
yeah, the dragon is tethered to the ship and is about to sink it, or at least disable it, and you believe that no giant ship will ever fall to the hands of petty humans. So
All right, so
Silence him.
yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to silence the captain.
Okay,
I'm gonna
but
cast silence
you
on
will-
the place that he's at.
that's fine. On your turn. This is Galen's
Oh.
turn now.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. That's
sorry.
fine.
Yes, I will silence Quarren and say, "Wait your turn. This is turn-based combat. Come on, just here
This
for
is
the
my
next
turn.
minute while I decide what to do."
Get off the ship! It's about to explode.
Yes. No, I guess, and I guess the other giants at the cannons are other cannon are firing at right now. So I'll go after the kobold, and
Okay.
maybe the captain also.
Okay.
Maybe. But the kobold first.
Animal handling.
Yes, 18.
Okay. You
Nice.
make a
And
grapple check.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's an easy one.
Yeah, 14.
Okay, so you manage to grab the kobold who thanks you. Do you go for Tejan as well?
Yes, I should. It
Okay.
can carry 2 people, so it would be kind of rude not to.
Okay, so
Kobold's like nothing.
Fillory is alone on the ship, right?
No, Fillory was
No, I
taken,
got her.
Oh, so everyone is airborne? Oh, also.
except
Yeah.
for the captain.
Except for Dijon.
No, Tejan was just taken by
Oh,
Yeah,
By,
so now
Galen.
everybody's safe.
Just
Everybody,
Anders,
yeah.
but who cares? Let's
yeah.
go.
Okay.
yeah.
Galen.
No, I mean, let's be honest. Varian's still on their ship too.
Yeah.
Oh, No, we don't have
Anything
The back of my Griffin. Right?
anything else you want to do, Galen?
You're welcome for
Uh,
that.
And I'll help them up on the back of the, like, reach down, hold them up to try to get them up. At least a kobold, which is, like, easy to carry.
Okay.
Just so he can sit at the back of the Griffon. The
Great.
invisible Griffon.
Great.
With the visible people on them now. So they're like floating around in the air now.
Awesome. So as this transpire, Enderist, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna make a mad dash for the Griffin, which I assume is about to jump into the air,
Yep.
and
Okay.
then jump on the back of it.
Okay. So with
And
that,
if I go past anything, it has to make a saving throw or be afraid.
okay. So with that, I will allow each and everyone to basically, if you want, you can use this, the dragon and the ship tilting and the captain screaming orders. So you all seem to be airborne on your griffins, except maybe Varian, who might be doing that on his turn. So if you want, you can disengage at this point.
Mhm.
Let me know.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, disengage and jump
Okay.
on the back of Varian's Griffin.
Great.
Yeah.
So as you do that, you can hear the captain screaming orders, and you basically take to the air and leave the crippled, gigantic icy ship laying still in the water, still tethered to the crazed dragon, and the giants are trying to get it under control.
Can I, Varian, fly close to the dragon?
So you can
Do it.
you
Do
can
it.
you can definitely do that.
Final
Don't
flyby on your way out.
taunt the dragon.
No, I'm trying to get him to sink the ship so we don't have to fight these guys later. Do it. Do it, Varian. Do it.
Galen, you're at the helm.
Yeah. If your character like screams at
You're really going to trust
I'm not
Marian
gonna.
to-
Yeah, I'm not
Fly
gonna
away.
embarrass myself. Of course, I'm gonna do it.
We go way back. We're buds. We're buds.
Okay, so
Then you,
No,
then you
I-
should know better.
No, I don't do it because we're friends. I do it because like I don't want to embarrass myself. So
Totally badass.
Varian, I need you to make an animal handling check, because you kind of try to skid and kind of just touch the dragon on the nose to
here
make it.
comes the one.
I'm gonna give him an extra 1d6.
Yes.
that is very helpful.
Got another 4.
Your inspiration is Varian, don't fuck up.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's a modified 12.
At 12.
12.
Okay. So with a 12, you do manage to kind of annoy the dragon even further. The ship kind of rattles and the giants shout, but all you manage is to cause more damage to the ship, and make the lives of the giants harder as they try to rein the dragon. But the chain didn't snap and the ship didn't drown. But it was almost almost there.
That's
Almost
a good
there.
effort. Thanks, Varian.
Yeah. Okay, so airborne with the crippled giant ship behind you. Eileen, you kind of still vaguely remember that the ship is still bound to the three hacks. But with the Griffons, you think you'll be there in like the matter of hours. The Griffons are very, very fast. You all help your friends who are carried in their talons to make sure that they don't fall. And you fly toward the island. Anything you want to do or say? Yeah, so that's the time.
Yeah, take me. Who's got Orn?
I think it's me.
My dwarf.
Yeah.
You? I want to fly close to you. I'm gonna yell over to Orn. Where's my luggage? I'm gonna take it out of your wage.
Terribly sorry, sir. Kind of, holding the Griffins.
The leg.
Yeah.
Wave him off. Let's go.
Okay. So, as you fly toward the island, you can see that it is basically three hills in the middle of nowhere. They are grassy, covered with trees, vegetation, almost like jungle-like, which is not very unusual, but not very ordinary to see this much vegetation on like three small hills. As you approach it, there is this explosion of energy that emanates from the island itself. It kind of whooshes all over you, and the Griffin kind of lose it, and they kind of simply fall like disoriented airplanes, and you have like all you have to do is simply hold tight as they kind of fall straight into the jungle. I need you all to make dexterity saving throws.
All right.
Oh god.
Come on, old lady. Oh wow. Oh, that's a 5.
I can.
8, 3, 5.
I got an 11.
Yeah, sorry, I broke it. Like the streak, the low streak.
Oh.
I got a 22.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So,
Elaine got a 5.
God.
Okay, so anyone below 10 and below takes a whopping 16 points of damage from the fall and the jungle branches that snaps through his face, etc. All the rest
so
take
I
only 8.
Crash my Griffin into a. Well, I guess in that case it didn't even matter that I rolled a 3, so because 8 would have been enough to knock me out anyways. So
Okay.
I guess I crashed my Griffin into some tree branch or something.
Okay.
I
Mushroom.
definitely put my shield underneath me and I like surf out that.
Yeah. Well, if
Fuck,
this
do I take like fall damage from like crashing into a tree and falling down, or
It's simply a bad landing.
okay?
But if you want, you can spend your feather fall scroll to avoid that.
Well, if this count as fall damage, then I'll be like, as soon as I see, oh, this Griffin is going to crash land, I'll jump off, jump on a branch, jump on another branch, and slowly just make my way down and they do damage.
Yeah.
You know, farmers do that. I'm just a simple farmer.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
You end
can.
on me surfing out on my shield and
Yeah.
everything's fine, right?
yeah.
No, I think I just crashed then. I'd get knocked out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
then
we need
I'll-
to rest. I
I'll-
think we need
I'll-
to rest somewhere.
Okay.
I'll run over and try and help Varian. A medicine check.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Like say,
search.
oh, this broken bone is not supposed to be there. Throw it away. No, it's a 10, so he's stable.
Okay.
And
Very
then,
good.
I need to go searching for Semyon, Fillory, and Orn because they're pretty low level.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So-
oh right, yeah. I need to check if Cool is safe before I take on Varian, of course. That, you know, again, the important ones.
So Semyon and Fillory survived, but Orn died.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Like died.
Yeah, he's dead. He only had 7 hit points and he took
Yeah.
full damage, so he's
Yeah.
actually dead.
Ah.
Okay.
Should have brought his luggage.
Yeah, right? He'd have been safe if
he
he'd brought the
did.
luggage. He could have been in the chest.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, bandage Semyon and Fillory.
Okay. So as you find the corpse of Orn, you see that he actually died because he was struck. As he struck the ground, he struck something metallic. So basically, the hill kind of rolls up. You all crashed on its side and got scattered. Orn was found kind of with half of his body inside of a hatch, a metal hatch that is found on the hillside. It's covered by vegetation, but you're not sure if it's like the vegetation is all like the hatch was open, the vegetation grew into it, or maybe Orn's kind of crash basically brought with him some dirt and earth, so you're not really sure.
So are you saying we are lost on an island with a strange
The
metal
metal.
hatch?
Yeah,
So now we're going to have 6 seasons with a lot of weird questions and no answers.
no answers.
God,
Not,
no.
not a satisfying conclusion to this.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's just what I was thinking.
How many pop culture references can we stack into
Well,
one?
I thought this was Dagobah, not Lost. What is this?
Dagobah.
Take a bow.
I really liked Lost while I watched it, but I kind of hated it in the end.
Yeah.
I hated it. I never ever even finished it. Like after like second season, I just couldn't take it anymore. I still watched a few more episodes here and there, but it's still just crap.
Okay. Lost. What is?
Okay,
what is
well,
lost?
I will rally the troops and let them know that there's a hatch.
Yeah, we should rest.
Yeah. Let's scout
Not in
the
the
place to rest. No, not at the hatch.
Can,
But although I will like stick my head in the hatch and like cast light to see if I see anything.
No, don't
No.
attract it. What's in the
Oh my
hatch?
god.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Alright.
Well, I'm totally fine. I haven't spent like pretty much any of my resources, even though we had a long rest in 5 sessions for however long.
So, as you cast light inside the hatch, you can see first the sight of blood and the stench of blood. You can see corpses of deformed tritons. They are littered all around the room below you, and you can see that it is like a laboratory that was thrashed. Someone probably broke in and had a big fight inside. So you are seeing mangled Triton bodies along with Navy SEALs Triton bodies that are scattered here and there. And there is, at the edge of your sight, you can see a crystalline device that hums inside the room. But you can't see any controls or any more details. It's like you need to go inside to check it out.
Yeah.
Let's go rest.
Yeah. Was there a hatch?
Yep.
Did I open a hatch?
Yeah.
Oh crap.
No, you didn't open it.
Oops.
Basically, Urn kind of landed on top of it.
Oh,
But
right,
you can
he opened it.
definitely close it if you want to.
Oh no, I don't touch anything. I just okay.
Okay.
Well, let's move far away from that and make camp over there.
Okay.
Over there, just 10,
Yeah, but-
20 feet over there or something, right? That's
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we need to take care of this poor 7 first. And I take up the corpse of Orin and like.
Yeah, wait, hold on a second. Can somebody heal Semyon, please? I
Yeah.
used my healing hands on Fillory, so she's fine. But can somebody
I
heal
got
Semyon?
it.
Yeah?
I
He doesn't
got
need
it.
a lot. He doesn't need a lot, so just like...
Sweet. You're getting 9.
Oh yeah, he's more than fine. So I'll just get Semyon and Fillory to carry Orn,
Right on.
and then dig him a grave.
We're doing a long rest, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I
Okay.
need a long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Your 7 just died. Come on, like
Also,
back, man.
we're gonna need a night's watch.
Um,
You know, Semyon and Fillory just had a nap.
Dang, dude,
Like-
you're fucking brutal.
Yeah, how
These poor people.
how do these I asked Billy and Ori like not Ori and the other Simeon
Simeon.
yeah that's is he always that bad for like boss? He seems like really cruel. But like, why do we work for him?
That's a long story.
Did he like blackmail you into it or anything?
Yeah. They all done it, right?
Kidnap your kids?
I know where their family lives. No. Yeah, I think we should just shift off, right? There's 6, 7, 8 of us if we include them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like 1 hour each. I think that should be fine.
Okay, great.
Should be easy.
So, okay. So I think this is a good point to end this session and see if I can come up with 24 seasons of of Lost. Yes.
Just go watch the entire show,
Yeah,
before next
I'll
session.
binge it. Avi, please let the guys from work know I'm taking 2 weeks off. And
No problem. I tell them it's for a good reason.
That's right.
okay, guys. So yeah, you're taking your long rest, and that giant icy ship is limping, but slowly making progress toward the island.
Unless they blew it up.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Doesn't
Yeah.
sound like that happened.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
but
worried.
don't worry, I'll be here in like 10 levels. So we'll be fine by then.
Alright.
I hope so. Because I think that dragon's probably gonna be pretty embarrassed and pretty pissed at me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's gonna know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think probably new. Yeah.
How big was it? Was it like a young one or?
It seems like a pretty old one.
No, it was
Sounded pretty
it was
big
an
to be able-
adult white dragon.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're level
Wow.
4, y'all.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we did just
Not
defeated
anymore.
No. We just defeated a dragon, an adult right dragon, and 6 frost giants.
Wayne done
That's
defeated
like how
shit,
much
dude.
XP?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
wow.
lot of
Pretty
XP.
good for that.
Like two levels, let's say.
Yeah, 3 probably. Let's say 3 each.
By the way, what is the status of the Griffin? Dead?
No, they're not dead. They suffer the same hit point damage as you guys, so they're kind of
Did I
mangled.
One more of them.
They are like pigeons with no electromagnetic field now, so they're kind of what what's going on? Yeah, but maybe
I'll make sure to rub down my griffin before like a people with
Like a magnet.
horse
yeah.
and feed it like. I have some dried food on me in my rations. Make sure to share my rations with it.
Okay.
Yeah, we should take care of these. We got flying mounts now, y'all.
Let's cure them as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
I'll cast some cures on
Yeah,
them.
me too.
Yeah, Varian is
Cool.
still unconscious, but let's cure the mounts.
Yeah, whatever. Don't care about it.
I'm imagining as you all try to cure 3 of them, Andraste is busy with the cookbook, kind of Griffin recipes.
Yeah, Griffin recipe.
With steak specifically, right? So it's just like Griffin
That's right.
steak.
Griffin steak.
Yeah.
How to butcher a griffin.
Okay, guys, have a great long rest, and
Yeah,
I'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
Hmm.
Alright.
Man.
Thank you.
Right.
Bye.
Have a
Bye.
good
Bye.
one.
See ya.
You
Bye,
guys.
guys.